You wake up in the morning, get up, and head to the shower. You reach the shower and turn it to cold. As cold as it can get. You can already feel your breath catching and your heart rate picking up. This is your body's natural response. Your fight or flight. Right now, your brain is deciphering whether or not it should fight or run. But what are you fighting? What are you running from? You step into the cold water.
Okay. By the way, I am wearing a swimsuit, so don't worry.
Now, if you're anything like me, you enjoy a nice warm shower. Now, there are very few things in the world that I would voluntarily give up, and a warm shower is not one of them. But if I told you to take a cold shower, would you do it? Your gut instinct is to say no. Maybe you want to be warm. Have a nice morning that stays in your comfort zone. I mean, that's really what it is, isn't it? We all want to stay in our comfort zone. This is exactly what Julian Smith talks about in his book, The Flinch. Smith describes a flinch as the moment when every doubt you've ever had comes back and hits you hard. It's when your whole body feels tense. It's an instinct that tells you to run. It's a moment of tension that happens in the body and the brain, and it stops everything cold. The flinch is that moment before you step into the cold shower. Your breath is catching and your heart rate is picking up even before you've even touched the water. When you first get in, it's cold. But after a few seconds, you get used to it. And it's not so bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is not by any means comfortable, but it's definitely not as bad as you thought it would be. So, you must be thinking, why is this guy sitting here talking about cold showers? I mean, I don't need those. Those are not important in my life. Well, okay, that might be true. Maybe you don't need cold showers. But you experience the flinch in other areas of your life. Maybe it's you quitting that job that you've wanted to quit for so long to go start a business. Or maybe you want to switch up your college major, or just ask someone out. We all experience these flinches in our lives, and they always hinder us from achieving what we want to achieve. I mean, let's be honest here. I don't need to describe the flinch anymore because every one of us has experienced it and knows it really well. So, if all of us have this, how do we get rid of it? Well, as Smith describes, there really isn't a way to get rid of it. It's in our biology. It's kind of just one of those things we have to deal with, because there's never a moment where we're going to be truly comfortable with the unknown. I know. Really reassuring, right? That's just the reality, though. I would be lying to you if I told you that you could step outside of your comfort zone easily. It's never going to come easily. The truth is, if it were easy, you would have already done it by now. That's the first truth. The second truth is that stepping outside of your comfort zone is not always going to be a good thing. I mean, maybe you quit that job and start up that business, but it just won't take off the ground. Or maybe you ask out that girl, but she tells you no. There is no promise of success with stepping outside of your comfort zone. But there is a promise of growth. Every time you step outside of your comfort zone grows just a little more. You look the flinch in the eyes and tell it, not today. And then tomorrow, it becomes that much easier to do the same thing. Which brings me to the point of this video. Beating the flinch takes practice and dedication, and it's not going to come easily. It's going to take work, but it's work that all of us can do. I have a challenge. I leave for my first year of college in about 50 days, on August 16th. In those 50 days, I want each and every one of you to join me in challenging yourself every day with any sort of new challenge. It doesn't need to be something crazy, like maybe learning how to build a table when you have no carpentry experience, but it needs to be something that puts you outside of your comfort zone. The goal of this entire project is to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Techniques, I had to try a lot of different things, and I'm definitely not used to talking to a camera in a room by myself. It's not exactly the most normal thing ever. But, I'll work on it. And that's the goal. The goal isn't to be perfect on the first try that you do everything, but it's to gradually step and grow your comfort zone by facing the flinch every day. Do you need help coming up with a good first challenge? turn on the cold water, and step into the shower.